Hello everyone, this is the final story stream for Final Fantasy Remake, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Um, this is where we end it all, story-wise. You see what happens, you see how it leads into part 2, and later on in this, we'll be talking theories and stuff like that. So, this won't be a 1 hour segment. For those watching on YouTube, this will be the full thing being uploaded, and not just, the regular 1 hour segments that this has been split up to. Since this is the final episode, I guess, I'm gonna upload the full thing as its own segment. Hopefully you all enjoy, and let's end things together, huh? So we last left off, we saw into the past a little bit, saw Zack, and saw that, he looks great, and better than ever. But obviously the sword has changed, and here we are, with the incredible music playing in the background. Oh wow, the music. Sorry, I got distracted a little bit there. Recap. So we saw Zack, and we saw his final stand against the Shinra troops outside of Midgar. And so here we are, about to fight against fate and destiny and all that fun and excitement. Can I just say this music is absolutely incredible.
Ready?
Alright. Yeah.
Never tried to challenge destiny.
Let's go,
This
chat.
will be her last line of defense. It won't be easy. Let's go.
Come on, Barret.
Wouldn't be the first time I spit in Destiny's eye. Whether you can see the scenes or you can't, Doesn't change that she's always trying to have it her way.
Hey.
Real soon, honey.
The music, the main theme of Final Fantasy VII, is what it's called. Here we go.
Don't know about you, but looks normal to me.
Over there.
Oh my.
Okay, that ain't right.
Whoa. Holy crap. What in the world? Hey. Oh, snap. Yeah, this is cool.
You're alive!
Happy to see me?
Wouldn't go that far.
So that thing. It's a whisper too, huh?
Looks a lot more like an arbiter of fate than the others.
We can beat them.
Holy crap.
Bring it on!
Here we go.
No holding back.
Let's assess.
Allow me.
Cool, nothing. Holy crap.
This won't take long. Feeling good. I'm waiting.
Oh, okay.
It's on you.
Guess it's my turn.
Oh, that's still staggers him. Okay.
Bring it.
Wow.
Come on, that ain't fair.
Run!
We gotta go.
Just go!
This is crazy. I'm loving this.
Run, move your ass.
Get ready.
Hey.
Ain't dead yet. Here we go. Let's get this over with.
That's you guys.
Let's be smart.
Damn it!
Let's
We
keep
gotta
going.
get out of here now.
Oh, this is crazy, though. this is insane though.
That'll do. Going all out. So long.
Let's go.
That's that. See ya.
Let's go. There's one down.
Did we do it?
Hang on!
Hey. Oh. Well, if it ain't Red 13. Learning
What
more
the
about
hell did I
him.
just see?
A glimpse of tomorrow if we fail here today.
Interesting. Oh no. Uh-oh.
Damn it! How do we stop these things?
Well, the big one is way over there. However, these guys are right here.
Okay. Well,
I'm waiting. Whatever.
okay. So let's use fire on you. Well, that's dumb.
Don't overdo it.
Here we go.
Interesting.
That all you got? Gonna make your eyeballs pop. Bring in the heat.
Wow. Holy crap. Well,
Pay attention.
That all you got? Never quit, never surrender. Something else.
Yep, knew it. Knew it. And then the laser.
Not good enough.
Yep. Okay, now I use Maximum Fury on this one.
Hope you don't mind. I'm counting on you.
I'm waiting. Whatever. Come on. It's on now.
Alright, cool, that's one.
That's that. See ya.
Let's go!
That's that.
Nice. Let's go! Bring it down. Let's use it. Infinity's in.
Break yourself. Enough.
Let's go! Yeah, this is pretty cool, you know.
Let's get this over with.
Let's get out of here. Uh-oh, meteor.
This can't be our future. The future is always a blank page.
Them again? Least they could do is give us a little breather.
I say we split up. Take them down at the same time.
In that case, Ultra Big Boy is all mine.
Bring it on, bitch.
Hey! Yeah!
Get him! That's it! Give me your best!
Oh, I didn't have time for that. Interesting.
Come on.
Woo!
Won't last long. Gotta be careful.
Uh-oh. Oh, they formed to make one huge big boy, didn't they? Yep, knew it. That looks sick though, not gonna lie. Alright, time to assess that.
We can do this together.
Whisper Bahamut, I knew it.
No holding back.
Ow.
Now you're in for it. Anytime now.
Aye. I need to heal.
Okay? This one's for you.
Summon Carbuncle.
Hope you're ready.
Catch attack. Yep. Woo!
Don't think you'll walk away from this.
Pretty weak.
Stay back.
Honorable Strike.
Guess it wasn't.
I knew it would be Aerith.
Should have been there.
It's okay. I'll be
Nice.
better.
See you soon.
Infinity Edge. Infinity Ends.
Bring it. One more shot.
Let's go. Let's get it.
That's that. It's over. That's that. Hope you're ready.
Go on.
Barrett, Tao.
Time to finish this.
Hey, get it.
Gotcha.
Good job, Barrett. Oh. Oh, we're seeing all of the scenes.
Did we beat him? Think so.
Let's do Fleeting Familiar.
What do you think of this trick? Get him.
Let's use Chi Trap on this one.
Give me your best shot.
Let's go. And then to Infinity's Ends.
It's over. Barrett,
Let's go. Hey. What are we about to see? Oh, the holy materia. Oh, Aerith dying. Oh. Last one. Here we go. Ow.
I'll take care of you.
Oh, you got me? Thanks. Shoe stray. Yo. What's fantasy next? Is that what we get to see? Oh my gosh, the graphics look so good for that. Cannot wait. Holy crap.
We did it! Get him! Do it! Go on! Time to fly!
Yo, let's go! Let's go! HP and MP fully restored, nice. We get to see. Oh, it's just the Buster Sword, okay. This looks incredible.
Where are we?
Wow.
I'm waiting, Cloud.
Oh. Uh-oh.
What the hell is this?
This is...
Oh.
Sephiroth.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey, 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 hey! With the clean cuts. Uh-oh.
Let's finish this.
Hey.
Fate is not to be taken lightly, Cloud. Shut up! No holding back.
The music, holy crap! Holy crap, wow.
Did you dream of me? Have we forgotten already? Second wind. The planet will claim you. Get ready.
Ah, mid-air doesn't work.
Come on. Beg for forgiveness. Weakness within. Come on. Here we go. You're done.
I love it.
I'm ending this. Break yourself. Do you dream of me? Do I frighten you? All right. Enjoy it. Going all out. Will you be Get ready. I see you. Run. You're as good as dead.
Oh, this is so cool. Oh my god, dude. Yo, Tifa coming through.
Need some help?
Absolutely.
Don't know about you.
Do, do, do,
You
do.
know it.
Enjoy it.
Here we go. Oh my god.
Deal with that.
Let's go. Give me your best shot. I've got you covered.
Let's do this. Enough of you.
Completely dodged my attack, yo. What?
Never again. Try me. Gotta be careful. Ride for me. This
Oh, I knew that was coming.
Do something. Damn it!
Oh. Tifa dead? Okay, she's not dead. Oh, wow.
Can't you wait?
Do you dream with me? Steady.
Watch yourself.
My turn.
I'm just getting started.
No more playing nice.
Nice.
I won't give up. Gotta be careful.
Oh my god.
Any last words? Going in.
Let's go.
Let's do this.
Wow.
Floppy.
This is so good. And there's the wing. Oh, this is so cool. Ooh, gravity materia. Or gravity music.
Barret!
Ain't you two having fun?
Let's go.
There we go.
Oh, the memories.
Fire infusion, okay. I'm gonna assess him.
Too bad.
Octoslash, Selenic Fury, Farga, Blizzaga, Thunderinga, Uroga, Boundless Void, Hell's Gate, Shadow Flare, Flame Wall, Fire, Frost Spike, Thunderstorm, and Wind Wall. Okay. There's the Flame Wall. Oh, wow. 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 This right here. This is tough.
Gotta be careful.
This is actually really tough, and I love it.
Let's have a fun.
Come on, Shiva. Give it to us.
Hey, let's switch it up.
I got it.
Yeah, if I knew Cloud would fall.
Enjoy.
Lightning infusion, so that means wind.
Shake it off, okay?
Goodness gracious. Okay.
Bring in the heat.
Mega potion on Tifa. Diamond Dust.
See you soon. Ah!
Ooh. Very close in up there. That's not good. Nice infusion. I'm going to heal.
Bring it home.
Hang back. Whatever. Call it fire. I'm waiting.
Wow. That double cast. Oh my god.
I won't give up.
Thank you.
No more games.
Woo. Wind infusion, so that means lightning. I don't have the mana.
Too easy.
Isn't Tifa? No. Let's use your limit on Sephiroth. Let's wait a little bit. Roga, you're gonna do it twice. Ah. Yeah, but who Barrett would?
This can't
Ah.
be how.
Wow. That sucked. That's from before this battle. Okay, well I'm not at the ending yet, so you're gonna have to wait, I guess. Oh boy. I'll have to redo this part again. No, I'll leave it running. No, not yet.
Let's finish this. Fate is not to be taken lightly, Cloud. Shut up! No holding back. Come, Cloud. Come on.
No.
Enjoy it. I see you. Have we forgotten already? I'm waiting. Let's finish this.
It really is, yeah.
Movements within.
That did count, apparently.
Enjoy. That it? Get ready. Will you wait for me?
Cool beans. Yes, it is. It's pretty difficult, yeah.
Need some help?
Don't know about me. Good to go?
You know it.
Beg for forgiveness. Feeling good. Let's
I thought I was out of the way. It's pretty easy to dodge. I should be able to dodge that, no problem.
enjoy it. After you.
Let me handle
Be
it.
gone.
You ready? Too easy.
Away.
It's on you.
Taking over. Get ready. Right. Don't overdo it.
Okay, let's go. Bingo. Watch yourself.
I got this. I'm through with you.
Gotcha.
Going in.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hope you're ready.
Bingo. Come on. Yeah, there.
Now the one wing. I like how it blends right into like the original theme. Boom, 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 boom.
Ain't you two having fun?
Let's go. Oh, the
Fire
memories.
Fusion, here we go. I'll use limit here. It canceled my limit. That's annoying. Okay.
I won't give up. Keep it together.
Let me handle this. You're up.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Enjoy it.
I'll use an elixir on live. Blade burst and Sephiroth. Completely missed. Nice.
Always did like a talent.
Don't look away.
Do Barathon die? Barathon die. Uh-huh.
Can you fight?
Ride for me.
Running infusion, so that means when. The only healthy one's Cloud.
This ain't nothing.
My turn.
I'm not going out like this.
I was out of the way of that. But okay. Let's put that on. Thank you. Block those. Yes.
Deal with that. Take it over.
We should find unconscious. Let's go.
Be careful. Whatever. Now you're in for it. You will know pain.
Yep.
You're a real pain in the ass. Get your shit together. Let's
Ride for me.
Ice infusion. Can't use prey. Steel scan. The double task is annoying, homie. Oh boy. It's actually plenty annoying, not gonna lie. Wow, he just switched over like that, huh?
No more games.
Oh, she's dead. You okay?
Enjoy.
And that's thunder.
Come on, hit.
He's gonna double cast that too. Yep. Wow. If I could Kiraga. There you go.
Bring it.
Wow. Oh, this game really wants you to switch through. Yeah, let's summon Carbuncle.
We're counting on you. Let's finish this.
There we go. I think I know what it is. Increase the rate at which ATB gauge fields have magic damage taken. Physical damage taken. Yeah, let's do that. Do that. Cloud's gonna die.
Got some fight left in you.
Do you dream of me?
No, it's all elements, so that's great, I guess. So you need to use like magic on the boy. Ah, I thought it was out of the way. Thank you, Carbuncle. Yeah, Carbuncle's adorable.
Enjoy.
Maximum Fury. Woo. Yo, let's go! Star Shower, run up.
Anytime now. Ride for me. Nice.
Okay. This is sick. You don't want to dash on me? Let's get you to use prey. Cool. I got Kiraga for me. Uh-oh. Okay.
Don't look away. Oh, the memories.
Here we go. Ooh. Overpower, go.
You scared of something?
Maximum Fury! Counter stats! Woo. Oh, Cloud's about to die.
Writhe for me.
We still got a job to do.
Stay still.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, yes! Holy crap. Final phase. Ooh, the music ramped up. Wow.
darkness falls.
Heartless Angel. Let's go! Woo! My God.
I'm just getting started.
Oh, he's counting it down. Oh my God.
Giving it my all.
Oh, I got him.
We get it?
Oh.
About time you showed.
We can do this. We can. We can change it. Make it right.
Oop.
Cloud!
Yeah. I just dealt the final blow with Barret. You can still hop on call if you want, unless you want to wait until like the credits hits. Oh, now this is cool. Ooh.
Careful now. That which lies ahead does not yet exist. Our world will become a part of it one day, but I will not end. Nor will I have you end. This is the edge of creation. Cloud, lend me your strength. Let us defy destiny together. Never.
Oh, this is just like the original. Oh my God. Get it. Yes. Yo. Yo, Cloud teleporting around. What? Oh my God.
Not yet. Seven seconds till the end. Time enough for you, perhaps. But what will you do with it? Let's see.
Wow. That was sick.
Mr. Vice President.
Mr. President. That's right.
Someone's a little too excited for that.
Wait. Was that all of them?
Ooh.
Hey, Cloud. Did you see that?
Huh. Huh.
Here.
Thank you.
Interesting. Huh. Interesting.
Marlene,
Huh. Wait a minute now.
Daddy?
Marlene! I'll come back.
Huh.
so what now?
Sephiroth. As long as he's still out there.
I thought you beat him.
We can. We will. Count me in.
If it's to be a hunt, you could use a nose like mine.
I'm in too. Bastard wants to destroy the whole planet, doesn't he? An enemy of hers is an enemy of Avalanche.
Huh.
Almost there, Cloud. We're almost there.
I miss it. The steel sky.
I would be lost, drifting alone.
An unknown journey will continue.
Time after time, and there you'd be, shining brightly, your smiling face to guide my way.
I have a lot of questions. First of all, that was an incredible game. This game of the year hands down. That game was incredible. I personally can't wait for part 2. I can understand why some people are upset at the ending, but it's a remake, not a remaster. Remake can mean many different things. It can mean like a reimagining of the story, or a reinterpretation, anything like that. So, exactly. So, I think since they're showing scenes from the original game, I can understand why a lot of people are saying this is like a sequel to the original, because I read where it seems to be like this is after Sephiroth had died in Advent Children, and Sephiroth went into the past to like this time succeed, and I can see that, where if you look at it that way, where, you know, oh, is there more stuff? Oh, no, never mind, okay. If you look at it that way, where it's like, he wants to survive this time. Yeah, Brianna White did a good job. Britt Baron did a really good job too. John, Eric did a good job. Max did a good job. Gideon, Matt Jones, and Erica, y'all did great. President Shinra, James did a good job. James Say did a good job. John DiMaggio did a great job as Heidegger. Josh Bowman did a really good job as Rufus. Yeah. Reno's voice actor is great. Don Cornell did a really good job. Myra, Cloud Strife, of course. Oh, Claudia, yeah. Claudia Strife, yeah. Marlene did a good job. Oh, Yuri Lothal, I knew that was Johnny. they did a really good job with these. They chose great voice actors. They really did. All of them did a really good job. No, Chad Lee's voice actor was really good too. Zach Ferry, yeah, that's a different voice actor. So Tyler did a really good job for Sephiroth, I think. So I don't know, it's interesting. I actually, opposed to like controversial opinion, opposed to like the general opinion, I mean, not controversial, the ending itself is really interesting, because it's like, okay, they almost rewrote history in a way, and through that, you're going to stop Sephiroth and defy destiny, it seems. It's really interesting. I actually like the ending because it's so different. Because like I knew it wasn't going to be like scene for scene, word for word, exactly like the original game. So I was personally excited for like the new stuff coming, and I wanted to see how it would end because of all the things that happened. And since Biggs is alive, I feel like Jesse's alive as well, and a lot of other people. But I think the next game is definitely going to go more into looking for Sephiroth. And for those that have played the original, it's probably going to revolve around finding Jenova, and that might result in Aerith's death. Because Aerith is technically, if we go by the original game, she's supposed to die before, you know, you fight the true final confrontation versus Sephiroth. So I think this game, the part 2 is going to be, right? I think part 2 is going to basically be the hunt for Sephiroth. I'm probably going to get Vincent Valentine and Kate Sith in that one. That means the third game, if there is a third one, there's probably going to be, I don't know, prediction for the third game. Because now things have changed and it's like, what are they going to do next? Because I can think of things that could happen, but with the way it ended, it's like, what could they do? It's so interesting, like, I'm actually really curious as to what will happen next. I'm really interested. But that was incredible though. It's not a bad ending either. Like, I think it went really well. I don't think they're gonna add DLC, that's the thing. I don't think they're gonna add like story DLC unless they want to do like stuff for like, you know, different weapons or maybe different more summons and stuff like that. I just think that if anything they would add DLC to the final game. Whether that be part 2 or part 3, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, it's so interesting. This game was, oh, like, I could talk about this game all day. This was incredible. If you like games like this, and you enjoy the combat system, you should definitely try this game out for yourself. Even if you've watched me play the whole thing, you should still try it yourself. It's something to experience. Yeah, you can call now. Fascinating. What's up, my boy?
What's up?
So what did you think of the ending?
I liked it.
Me too. Like that, I think it went really well.
It it might be because I like Zach so much. I was like, woo.
Yeah, low key same.
I was like, wait, what? Oh, because when I first saw it, I was like, oh, is this like right before? Because they do show in the original, like he is standing there, just barely survived.
Yeah,
But then immediately
he falls.
there's like 3 more henchmen in the helicopter come by, and they're like, he's like, oh, dang it.
Yeah.
But because you see the little orbiters or whispers, whatever they're called,
Yeah,
they
orbiters,
just
okay.
like get explode,
Yeah.
and then like it doesn't start raining until after he's picked up Cloud and started walking off. Whereas normally it would start raining. He's still laying on the ground with bullets holes in
Yeah.
his chest. Like we're pretty sure he's alive.
Right.
I don't understand the people who are like, no, he's clearly dead because it starts raining later, so he's gonna get shot later. It's like, no, he gets shot and killed, or pretty much killed before it starts raining.
Yeah, because like he's already dying as it's raining. So, if anything, if they do want to still have him die, I think he wouldn't make it to Midgar. He probably would fall out before they get to Midgar. But I think with the way they showed that ending, well, see, because like if that's the case and Zack does make it back, that means Aerith would have felt it. I don't think Zack is I don't think he actually survives. That's the thing, though.
So here's my theory: is that you do notice that when he walks past Aerith and Cloud doesn't notice, but Aerith feels it. Like she knows.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
She has a reaction.
Yeah.
And then if you look at Zack's face after they walk
he
past,
realizes that he feels it as well.
Well, so he smiles, but I don't think it's him feeling Aerith. Like, I think it's just he's like, hey, look, I'm almost to Midgar and I survived that thing.
Yeah.
I think it's mostly Aerith is the one who feels something.
Right. Okay.
So that was my personal take.
Yeah.
There are other people who think that like Zack felt it too. But
see, I feel like he did a little bit, but like he probably wouldn't know. So like with that being said, I think everybody is agreeing with us here that Zack is most likely alive. Although
yeah.
I can see where they would still make it to where he died, but like I think that he does make it.
Yeah. So this leads me to one of my theories, or like how I like understand what happened.
Okay.
So there's 3 timelines.
Right.
There's the original plus the compilation.
Uh-huh.
There's a 7 remake, like the majority that we see.
Yeah.
And then there's the timeline that Zack lives, that they showed.
Okay.
See, some people are feeling like there's like since Zack lives not and they're in the same timeline or something, and so there's gonna be like a weird like now Cloud and Zack get to fight side by side or something. Like I don't think so, because Zack surviving means Cloud doesn't get the Buster Sword, pretty much.
Right.
And he wouldn't be thinking he's a first class soldier.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure it's a 3rd timeline that they created from beating the Harbinger of Fate.
I feel like that's the case because from what Sephiroth said at the end, he wants to set Destiny back on course. So maybe Sephiroth is like, okay, some things are messed up. I messed things up. I kind of want to fix things, but I want you to help me. And Cloud's just like, no, you're going to destroy the planet. I don't like that. Sephiroth is just like, well, we'll see how this goes.
Well, okay, so I think it's like, okay, so there's a theory that Sephiroth time travels or
Yeah,
something.
I saw that one.
So, okay, so my theory, my understanding is, so like let's say it is Sephiroth from Advent Children.
Okay.
It's not that he time travels, but you see, like the Harbingers of Fate, like those only really started coming in towards the events of Final Fantasy VII, like around the Cloud meets Aerith timeline.
Right.
And you only see them start swirling around Midgar at the very, very end. But you see that again with Zack, which is before Final Fantasy VII.
Right. Yeah.
So it
Midgar was
transcends like time. Like so like if it's there happening in the moment, it's happening everywhere in the timeline.
Okay.
And so I'm feeling like Sephiroth, because he's like, I don't know how to explain, because like Aerith becomes part of the planet, and you can kind of tell from her dialogue she knows something.
Yeah, well, clearly.
Watch her playing it again, and you just like listen to all the lines with now context, and you're just like, some of these people are just like breaking the fourth wall, or like they just knew things.
100%. Yeah.
And like,
it's
so
clear
like,
as day.
and so like my theory is like, it's not so much that he time travels, but because it's like the Whispers, where they I guess you could say he's like part of the planet or something.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't matter what time or what like what timeline it is, like you just kind of show up. So like in an alternate timeline, he shows up earlier to mess with Cloud more.
Yeah. It seems
then,
like he was trying to like keep him like on the right path, to like, okay, let's make sure you don't stray, and I want you to come fight me and see what happens, essentially.
Well, I don't think he wants him to keep the timeline, because he's the one who egged him on to go and fight the Fate, to change the timeline.
Yeah, because the Arbiters of Fate were
why he's like, okay, Sephiroth, I'll go do that.
Right, yeah. Well, because then...
I mean, Aerith is the one who was like, hey, let's go change fate.
Actually, to be fair, in the original, Sephiroth did have the ability to control Cloud at some point. So,
yeah.
I think that
with
it's the same situation.
Cells.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's the same situation.
I don't think that was it. I think it was mostly Aerith was like, hey, let's go change fate. And they're all like, okay, Aerith.
They're like, yeah, it sounds about right. You sound like you know what you're talking about.
But you do see it like towards the end when they fight, when he says the 7 seconds thing, that fight.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, join me, Cloud, and then you see like Cloud's hand like reach out like to like join him, but he quickly grows to grab his sword instead.
Yeah.
So you definitely and you do see that thing where you're trying to follow Hojo, and you get to the elevator, and Cloud says mother.
Yeah.
Like, so it is definitely the controlling thing.
Yeah, the Genova Cells influence.
Yeah.
All right.
But,
chapter selection.
But yeah, people are wondering if there's like, if he is actually time traveling, and not like my theory of just like he's more influencing this version of Sephiroth. I think people are thinking there's like two different Sephiroths. But I think he's more influencing. Or like, if he time traveled, he's like now in the body of the Sephiroth of this timeline. more than like there's two Sephiroths.
Okay.
Because I feel that it's the same with Aerith, because Aerith becomes part of the planet at the end of the original timeline. Well, at the end of partway through 7,
Yeah.
the original timeline. I think like it could be like that same Aerith
Hmm.
goes and influences the Aerith of this timeline, which is why this Aerith seems to like know things.
Yeah. Well, see, because like if she's part of the planet, right, then that means that's like that. I feel like that this Aerith isn't real then, essentially. Like it's not like the actual Aerith, the one that died, because if that's the case, then she wouldn't know the things she knew.
Oh yeah, well that's where I think it's more like an influence, like, or like now she's like a future version of Aerith from the original timeline.
Yeah.
Like, I guess you could say time travel for lack of a better term,
Right.
but is now in the body of this version.
Huh. It's so interesting.
Right.
Like
Oh yeah, I finally finished getting all the dresses. I got all the weapons and all the stuff. It was such a pain in the butt.
I believe it.
Like, you have no idea how much of a pain in the butt it is to get at Madame M's side quests instead of Sam's side quests.
Oh.
Like, your answers for everything matter up until that point.
16 out of 20. What did I miss? Oh, that's for the battle and sorry course. Never mind. I know what I missed for those. Coliseum challenges. Yeah, I didn't do those. I only did one Shinra combat simulation. Oh, I missed 6 odd jobs. Really? Intel collected 104 out of 114. Okay, I'm probably missing some of the summons. Enemies assessed 77 out of 114. I missed some.
Yeah, that's one of the things I gotta do. Like, I gotta assess literally everything. So once I beat the game, I'm just gonna go on PC and just assess everything.
Hold up, I missed music?
Oh yeah, I had to go look up the music. I was missing.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to look those up because I'm at 24 out of 31. I thought it was collecting all of them. I feel like I didn't miss one, but apparently I did. More than one.
Yeah.
Huh. And I'm missing one enemy
31
skill.
of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the last enemy skill is only in hard mode.
It's only in hard mode. Oh my god.
it's only in a Shinra combat simulation that's only available in hard mode in chapter 17.
That's dumb. Yeah, because like it was telling me that like it gave me like a new thing in chapter 17.
Yeah, there's multiple. There's new combat simulations.
When you're playing a chapter using chapter selection, quest and story data will be temporarily reset. You will retain all acquired collectibles such as music discs and manuscripts. Completing a chapter will update your previous play data, but switching to a new one midway through will cause you to lose your current progress for that chapter. Okay.
Yeah, so like if you for the dresses and everything, you gotta play the whole chapter.
I mean, that makes sense.
But like if you just go in and grab the combat manual thing or like the disc, you can immediately just exit, hop out, and you still have it.
Ah.
It's really nice.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah. I would figure out which side quests you were missing, do those, and then go back into chapter 14 and then get your second elemental.
Oh yeah, the second elemental materia. Huh. There was a lot of manuscripts in chapter 14, I just realized.
Well, those are mostly from hard mode. So you get pretty much one in every chapter at least for just playing it on hard mode.
Okay.
But I mean, some of them might
tells you how many things are there. I thought it was showing me like how much I could collect it, but no, this is like
that's how many you still have left.
Oh, that's a lot in 14. Oh my god.
Yeah.
So I need one more manuscript in chapter 1 for Fateful Encounters. I need. Oh, there's one more disc? Really? Are some of these only in hard mode?
No, it's just like very easily missed.
Okay. It's just the only reason, the only one that's like hard mode specific is chapter 14.
Well, none of the music is
Hard
specific
mode.
to hard mode,
Okay.
but the combat manual things, those are
Hard mode
specific to hard mode. You get it for just like beating like a boss in hard mode.
Oh, is that
and,
what the
and
manuscripts
ones with
are?
like multiple bosses or like multiple like I guess semi-difficult segments.
Yeah.
Like for just completing it, you get a combat manual.
Okay.
There's none of them that you need to go and buy with the Moogle shop or anything.
Yeah. Wait, so if I okay, wait, so the manuscripts are the combat manuals?
Oh yeah, the manuscript things. I forgot what they're called, but the things that you get where it boosts your SP
Yeah.
by 10.
Those are the combat manuals. So it says I'm missing 15 from chapter 14 for manuscripts.
Well, that's just because it has a lot of there's a lot of side quests. So, like within the side quests, like beating like a lot of them, there's combat involved.
I
So
did
when you
that
beat
though.
the boss, then no, it's on hard mode.
Oh.
So all those side quests on hard
Wow.
mode have a bunch of those. Yeah, I finally got to chapter 17, I think, on hard mode.
My god. Chapter 17 is one of the hardest. One of the longest.
Yeah, I haven't finished. I just barely started chapter 17. Then I took a break.
Okay. So, where was it again that I can do like the Coliseum matches so I can get the other limits? What chapter was that? 14? 13?
Let's see. Did you do no? Well, you had to do it with Aerith too. So
Well,
was it
yeah.
chapter chapter 9 is where you can get it with Aerith and Cloud,
Okay.
and then either I think chapter 14 is when you can do it with Cloud, Tifa, Barret.
Okay. And you have to like complete all 11 to get them? Or is it just like you do one with them and then they get it?
There's like you know how there's multiple. Well, I guess you didn't do any. There's
I only
different
did the
ones.
special ones. I didn't do the free battles.
Yeah. So there's ones where it's only that one character against 5 matches, which are
Okay.
actually really easy.
Okay.
It's those ones that give you that character's specific limit. The other ones give you like something else, but
they give you like different items or whatever.
yeah, they don't really give you much of anything. But you know, you just complete it, or it's maybe more challenging or something. I don't know. But
Okay.
the single one gives you the
Limits.
the limits, yeah.
And
I think
easy?
also a manual, yeah, because you just fight like these really easy like demons.
Okay. Well, I know what I'm gonna
But
be
if you want,
enjoying off stream.
you can, yeah. Also, in chapter 3, you finally get to like roam around Sector 7 slums with like
Yeah.
Tifa. So I just circled around in there when you fight those little demons out in the Scrap Boulevard
Uh-huh.
to just raise my level. Although you can go into chapter 16, and then you know how you're breaking into Shinra HQ
Uh-huh.
with all those in the garage.
Yeah.
You can loop through that, and so as soon as you finish and you're about to enter into the building, immediately restart the chapter and just keep
Oh.
moving through it. It gives you a pretty decent amount of EXP.
Oh, right, because like if even if you
I went
level up
through
and
that.
everything and restart the chapter, it'll like keep your level. It won't like
Yeah,
start over.
it'll keep all AP
Oh.
and EXP. The only thing it doesn't save is I think your choices, unless you finish the chapter.
I mean that makes sense because like you know if you restart then like
Yeah,
it'll
and then
restart
once,
your choice.
and then so like you don't have to play through the whole game again, but like so like if you beat let's
Oh,
see,
I'm not doing hard mode.
chapter
Not on
chapter
stream.
8.
Yeah, chapter
If you
8.
do like chapter 8 with like Aerith, like you know, like all those little side quests that
Yeah.
affect her dress. Once, so like, I'm assuming you got the red dress.
Yeah, I got the red dress.
Okay, so like now, anytime you play chapter 9, you're gonna see the red dress, unless you go back into chapter 8 and do less quests, complete it with less quests.
Mmm.
And then every playthrough after that in chapter 9, you will see whatever dress you got there
Okay.
until you redo it again.
Okay.
So like currently, like I did the I did the thing where you don't do any of the quests, like my last one to get to complete all the stuff. So now anytime if I were to play it, I have like the really crappy dress with Aerith. Then the default dress with Tifa.
Yeah.
And then I'll get Cloud. I mean, not Cloud. Barrett's scene.
Okay.
At the beginning of chapter 14.
Huh.
So now I feel like I want to change it again because I don't want those. But there's not really a point in doing it. But I just don't want them.
Hmm. Interesting. Okay. So chapter 3 is a good farm spot. Chapter 8 is a decent farm spot. I feel like chapter 9 would be
Chapter
too,
16.
right? Oh, chapter 16, right.
Chapter 8 is all those side quests.
Yeah.
And then chapter 9 is you have to play to actually even see the dresses.
In chapter 9, you gotta actually play fully.
Well, I think you can. I played it fully because I wasn't sure.
Okay.
But I mean, you get the trophy no matter what. If we just see the dress, pretty much.
Oh. So, like, the moment, like, the pink dress is shown on screen, or, like, the moment Tifa gets her, like, other outfits.
Yeah, once you see it, or, like, once that cutscene with where you first see it ends, boom, you get the trophy from PlayStation. But I don't know if it technically saves on in your report.
Okay.
I think it does, but I'm not entirely sure.
Well, I mean, like, after that cutscene is over, I think you'd be able to, like, just go into the menu and check the battle.
Yeah, it should show
the play log.
But I don't know if it like clears it if you don't. I'm pretty sure it keeps it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can test it, but
I'll be able to test. I'll be testing it off stream. Huh. Well, now I just got to figure out where to get the rest of the music disc. I can look those up, I'm sure. I'll have to do the battle sim in chapter 17. Gotta do the rest of the materia. I gotta do the rest of the summoning stuff. Should be good. What level should I be for Leviathan? That fight was hard.
Wait, for what? On hard mode?
No, for regular. For normal.
Oh, dude, just do easy and just. And that's what I did with the. I just went in on easy, but I was like, you know, like easy's like too easy.
Okay.
So like, I was like, to make it somewhat of a challenge for myself, I only went in with Cloud. I did it before I had any teammates.
Okay.
But like, like I don't know. Unless you really want to like play to like have a somewhat of a challenge.
I mean,
I
I'm
would
not going to be
just
streaming a lot of it, so.
if you just want it, I would just go on like easy mode and just go in the VRs and just grab all of the summons.
Yeah. Because, like, I think I also missed the Chocobo and Mogul materia. Which chapter was that?
Oh, that was in when you're going with the sun lamps.
Was that chapter 7? Chapter 6? Oh, that would, no, that was chapter 6, right? Because you have to pass the
Chapter
fans.
6. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that one off stream. There's a lot of that. Well, see, because now that I'm like looking at all this and like what I have to actually get, I don't know if I'll actually be streaming Final Fantasy VII, like the grind and stuff like that. I feel like it's just gonna be a lot of like, oh, go here, wait a little bit, read something. Oh, I gotta go over here. Oh, I gotta go through this whole chapter again. Like, I don't know if I wouldn't like stream that whole thing.
Well, I mean, if your viewers want you to like stream it, then I don't see a problem with it. But definitely do your grinding before,
Yeah. Like,
or like do it off stream.
yeah, like
The
I'm gonna
grinding
get to
off
level
stream.
50 off stream 100% because that's a lot of like, okay, go kill all the monsters, restart chapter. Kill all the monsters, restart chapter.
Yeah. Well, that's if you do chapter 16. If you did what I was playing hard mode, so I actually went it straight in with my current level that I beat the game in chapter 1. Beat
Okay.
it. Then chapter 2, you know, is mostly just walking around. I mean, you fight some of the Shinra grunts, and then chapter 3 was when I started actually grinding, because, well, that's the first place you can grind.
Right. Okay. Okay. But like, since I don't plan on like currently as of right now, I don't plan on really doing hard mode because that wasn't like my goal after I beat it. I don't really care about hard mode. So
Yeah. So, I mean, but that was also like, I didn't know any grinding spots. I thought you literally just, I thought hard mode was just gonna,
be the way you level to 50.
yeah. But I was wrong. You can do that on easy mode.
Right.
I would have done it on easy.
Easy mode and this is one shot everything. Got it.
Well, no. Well, I guess, yeah, easy mode, one shot. For a second, I was thinking, like, once you level up to level 50, go to hard mode, one shot. Like, no, it scales with you.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Like once it's on hard mode, like yeah, that's when you're really testing your skill.
Yeah, dude, freaking, there's so many Tomberries in hard mode.
I believe it.
Although, I fought the Hell House enough times that the Tomberries do nothing. Like, as soon as he pops them out, they come out pressured, and so I
Okay.
immediately do focus thrust,
Ah.
and then just, like, destroy all of them. But, so, like, if I lost to Hell House, it was almost never because of Tomberries after a while.
Yeah.
The first time I was trying to do it through hard mode, it was every time it was freaking Tomberries.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah.
Well, should we go
Um.
through the theories, or are you done for
I'm
the
about to
stream?
say. Well, we can go on a little longer to talk about a little bit of theories.
Okay.
So what you got?
What do you think they're doing with Zack?
I think with Zack Fair, I think they're going to like see that one's kind of hard because it's almost as if they want him to like be a part of it, but I don't know how they would meet essentially. See that's why a part of me is like I don't know if they're gonna truly keep him around, but then the other side of me is just like, well, they brought him back. He's alive. So they're
Yeah.
probably gonna do something with him. It's just I don't know if like you're gonna be able to play as him or something like that. But I feel like they're probably going to meet up, and it's probably like something with like the past in a way.
Okay, so I've had several thoughts of like what they could possibly do, and then I'll say what I think they might do or what I hope they do.
Okay.
So, one, they don't show anything else. They're just like, hey, look, they affected fate,
Right.
and that's pretty much it. They don't do really anything exact. But again, like you said, they went through the trouble of showing it, making his model. I don't think they're gonna just not use him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're gonna use
So
him in some way. Either it's gonna be like a flashback or something, or rather, but like I don't know how they're gonna implement him if they're not gonna be in Midgar.
okay, so what I really want them to do, slash I think they'll do this in some sort of capacity,
Uh huh.
is you start the game, the sequel,
As
playing
Zack.
that bombing mission as Zack.
Now that would be interesting. If that
See the
first
little
chapter,
changes that happen because it's Zack instead of Cloud.
yeah. See, like if that was the case, and only the first chapter is Zack, I'd be okay with it. Or at least for a little bit of it is Zack, I'd be okay with it because one, the Cloud and the gang, they're not in Midgar anymore. But
Mhm.
Zack, I feel like it would show a little bit of the past because current Zack, if you were to make it back to Midgar, it's more like, well, it's the different timeline thing, right? So
Yeah.
I believe if anything, it would be showing the past because then that would mess things up where Cloud wouldn't be Cloud, right?
Mhm.
So because that would cause a paradox, and I don't think they're trying to cause a paradox. It's just like you said, they wanted to show that like oh they changed fate, they defied destiny. Now I'm gonna leave you wondering with what's gonna happen next. Which they did a very good job with, but it's really hard to tell what they're gonna do with Zack because
Yeah, because like a lot of people were asking for like a remake or like a or something for Crisis
Crisis
Core
Core,
2
yeah,
or like so like I think this is their way. They're gonna incorporate because you already see them incorporating a lot of things from the compilation.
true,
I think they're gonna. This is their way of remaking um, Crisis Core.
like in a way,
Yeah, is to give the fans more of Zack and like the what if that we all like kind of like wish for him.
oh,
Like,
see,
cause I mean, like obviously, like for story reasons, like people don't want him to be alive because that his death kind of kicks Final Fantasy VII.
yeah,
But we all love Zack to the point where we wish he was alive and we got to be with Aerith. So I think they're gonna, with this new timeline, kind of show us that like this is the what if.
right,
And so I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna make it seem like okay, we made the right choice of changing fate. Like look at all this happy stuff, and then you'll see the bombing mission and Zack, because of Zack's personality, he's a lot more friendly with everybody, and everyone's like just super happy at like 7, whatever. You know, Cloud's still like a reserved character because that's just what his personality is like. Which I rewatched Advent Children. I wasn't paying like super close attention because I was still playing the
yeah,
remake on hard mode, but like. But watching it, like I didn't get that he was emo. Like he was just going through like because through the events of the game, he never got to like have a chance to really like mourn over like Aerith and Zack's death. Like he just went straight into like pretending he was Soldier and then like having to deal with Sephiroth. So like now it's like 2 years later, like he's had a lot of downtime with not having to fight anyone
yeah,
to just now be depressed about it.
true.
So yeah.
Hmm.
But also I watched the dub to compare voice acting. Man, do we have an upgrade for this game?
Yeah, true.
But anyway, I think they'll show how great this new timeline is, or like to
Yeah.
like look how we changed fate, but they're gonna twist it. Zack is still gonna die,
It's just in a different
just
way.
later. Like either like say like the airbuster kills him or something. I don't know. Like or like my theory is more towards like in this other timeline you see like Zack and maybe it's say like he meets up with Aerith. So like he's with Aerith. Whether or not they start a family together or whatever, I don't know. But like either like no matter what, like she is not going to be anywhere to be able to activate holy or whatever.
Oh.
And so Sephiroth is like free to do whatever the heck he wants.
Yeah, so Sephiroth has a lot of power right now.
Yeah,
He
so
can
like
go anywhere he wants.
yeah, and people are saying like, oh now Tifa's gonna die instead. I'm like that would be dumb. But also I can see a reasoning in like Sephiroth killing Aerith
Uh-huh.
was his downfall because he did that, holy activated it,
True.
right?
Oh.
But if he kills Tifa, that does a huge that's a lot of like mental emotional damage to Cloud. Plus, like Tifa's the one who helps him out of his like weird mental state.
Right.
And so without Tifa, like would Aerith be able to help him out of that mental state? Like she wasn't there with him as a child or like through those events, so like would she even be able to? Like and you see in that Shinra like that little VR trailer thing that then Sephiroth takes over and shows the meteor.
Yeah.
Like he shows him showing up behind Tifa. Then it
Killing her
looks like as
first.
if he stabbed her and she falls down. And then he goes and kills Barrett. And then like later in the game, you see him stab Barrett. So now it's like it's very possible that he could kill Tifa. My thinking is that like so originally when they were developing the original Final Fantasy VII,
Uh-huh.
everybody was like, let's just kill off everybody, and then you have to choose like pretty much like 2-3 characters that survive with you.
Right.
And then Nomura's like, how about we just kill one person?
Right.
Let's
Honestly,
just make that Aerith. And so
Yeah.
like what if they just like because they changed the timeline and whatnot, and so like
I feel like
you know
Aerith
people are
isn't
like,
gonna
oh
die
like
this time.
Aerith survives, like we want this timeline where Aerith survives or whatever. Well, I mean a lot of people story reasons don't want her to survive, but I mean people like Aerith, so like they want her to
See,
survive.
the thing is, like,
But then like
with
at
that
the
statement
cost,
right there,
like Tifa, Barrett, everybody dies.
yeah, see, like, with that
Instead.
statement right there, where, like, you know, for story reasons, that helps, for story reasons, people want Aerith to die, or people want Zack to still end up dead. See, like, I agree where Zack is probably still going to end up dead in some way, but, like, I don't think it's going to go that far, where I think he's going to die, like, on a mission or something, because, one, like, there's no way he's going to be a part of Shinra anymore. He went rogue. He left. So when he goes back to Midgar, they're probably going to find him and kill him because he has to die in order for Cloud to be Cloud, but he doesn't necessarily have to die for the story. Aerith, if she doesn't die, that would make sense for Sephiroth because then his plan could be more brought forward because if Aerith doesn't die, Holy doesn't activate, and Sephiroth can do more of whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, I think so. I think Sephiroth definitely doesn't want to kill Aerith, at least not yet. Like, he doesn't want to end up killing her the same way that causes his own failure.
Yeah.
Zack, I think it's just gonna be that they're gonna while at first they show like how like great this timeline is. I think they're gonna be like, oh, you screwed up. Like, this is not actually what you want.
Yeah.
And like not only do you see it in that timeline, but you also see it whatever timeline or in the remake timeline, not just Zach living timeline.
Yeah.
You just see all this crap happening, and then you'll be like, "Oh shoot, we need to actually reverse destroying Fate."
Yeah, like in a way, like because like I feel like they're still gonna go on with this. Oh, you don't know what's gonna happen next now because the
Yeah.
timeline has been changed. But I feel like they're gonna give us a small taste of Zack, which I feel like is gonna happen because they brought him back. But um, they're definitely not gonna keep Zack throughout all of part two. If anything, he'll either be killed or somehow, some way, like there would be no other way in order to like off Zack because he kind of has to be off in order for the remake timeline to even like be able to still keep going because there then that means there would be two clouds.
Well, I don't think they're on the same timeline. I
Oh,
don't think
because it was
that
showing the
affected
past, but then
because like they walk
oh
past each other.
yeah,
So I feel like that means they're on two. They like affected a different timeline slash created a new timeline where Zack survives.
right.
Because you see the little bag of chips fly by Zack's feet, and it's a
Right,
different
right.
dog.
That is a different. That's what. Okay, see that I didn't make the connection there, but that makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't make the connection the first time. I was like, why are they showing me a bag of chips? And then I was like, I watched the theory. I was like, oh, that makes
They
so
were
much
showing the
more
past.
sense.
Okay.
Yeah, they were showing like a different timeline, like in the
Oh,
past, like
so
before the
then
events of Final Fantasy
okay,
VII,
okay.
where
So
Zack is about to die.
yeah.
Because like besides the little harbingers of it, or the little whispers
Uh huh.
flying around the Shinra group, where I mean no one notices them because they're invisible
Of course.
to them. But besides that and the little bag of chips, that was a shot for shot redo of the
Yeah.
Crisis Core end.
Until the harbingers or the arbiters were like gone. So that
Yeah.
means fate is being rewritten. So that means that Zack can actually still exist. It's
Yeah, it would
just
be a different timeline. Because
yeah.
you see him and Cloud walk past Cloud. Like,
Right. So
like
that means that
I don't think it's not the same timeline. It's a different timeline.
that's gonna affect Cloud's memories then.
Well, I don't think Cloud sees that timeline. I think Aerith feels that timeline. Or like felt Zack walk past her.
See, that's so interesting because with that being said, that means that for however long they decide to keep Zack alive, Zack did exist, but I don't think Zack was able to. I don't think Zack lived long enough to be able to go see Aerith again, if that's the case.
I think it's possible, because like, I think it'll end up being, because like Cloud, he survives, and no one's hunting him down, even though originally they were hunting both him and Zack down.
Right.
So the fact that he survived, Zack is able to survive that onslaught, like, I think it's possible he can get into hiding, and maybe he has a different uniform. He changes out of that soldier uniform,
Sure.
and then he would play through at least Midgar, the events of Midgar, but like with Zack, and then with like probably some more drastic changes, like they never, like he's not gonna. Or maybe how he does meet Aerith again is literally he just falls through the church one more time. But I definitely think this timeline is like a way for them to do like a what if story, like how like comic books do like different like what if stories. I think they made this so they could do more with Zack because everybody likes Zack, and also to show like the the consequences of them changing fate. So like maybe Zack lives, but then now there's like this other thing that happens where like Sephiroth is actually able to win in that timeline, or like Avalanche is killed even earlier.
Maybe,
Like, I
yeah.
don't know,
There's a lot, because that means Zack probably could have joined Avalanche as well.
Yeah, like maybe because it was Zack who said like, hey, you know what? I'll just be a mercenary. But he could just end up joining Avalanche because he's against Shinra, and then
Yeah.
maybe something there can go wrong and they all die, or maybe they're able to take down Shinra earlier, and then some other threat happens. I don't know. Like, there's a
So
bunch of things that could happen,
interesting.
but like, I think this timeline is for Zack, which I think they'll eventually erase. Like, they'll be like, well, we're gonna restore fate or whatever, so now this timeline can't exist.
Yeah, see, like, I don't think they're going to restore fate, though, because they worked so hard to undo it. So I think
Yeah, because part of me is like, what was the point of killing fate if you're just gonna restore it? But then at
exactly,
the same
yeah.
time, it's like, I don't know, like a lot of, like, say, like Back to the Future, they go in the past and they change something, and then they realize that like it affected some like present way too much, and so they go back to try to undo it. I think, because, I think it was. I mean, again, like I haven't played the original, but I've watched a lot of like people like summarizing the story and like recounting it, or like doing like breakdown essay kind of things. Like the point of like Final Fantasy VII was like to like bear with the loss or like deal with the consequences kind of a thing. So, and like people are complaining about the story for like remake, about like how they're changing the story, like now it's like changing fate. But I think,
That's
in
the
which
whole
I'm
point,
pretty
though.
sure if they bring back, if they try to bring back fate to like undo it, people be like, oh, what was the point of doing like?
Exactly.
I think it's to still give that like you still got to deal with the consequences of your actions.
Yeah.
And, like death, it still comes. Like you can't.
Yeah,
Not
because like,
have death.
yeah, because like, I feel unless they make an effort, like unless the party itself makes an effort to make sure Zack continues to live, I don't think Zack is gonna stay alive for like all of part two and then probably part three, because only Aerith would know if Zack is still alive, right? Because if we're going with that theory of Cloud, if Cloud still has the older timeline running through his head, like the original Final Fantasy VII running through his head still, he's not gonna know if Zack is alive unless Aerith tells him. But I don't think Aerith is like completely sure. She probably just felt him. So that means that like if time continues, like with Zack being alive, that means like somewhere along the line, since like Midgar, they do make it back to Midgar, assuming Zack probably does still end up dying. Or else like after they walk by or whatever, like it probably would cut to Zack being with them probably, or it would be Zack instead of Cloud.
Or what if in this other timeline with Zack, Cloud dies?
Now that would be interesting.
Like in this new timeline, and what they could do is, I mean, if they want, they could make a side game with Zack. I'm not sure if they'll make a whole side game, though. I would totally be down for a side game with Zack.
Same.
It'd be like after Crisis. I don't know.
I mean, they already kind of
like,
did an After Crisis though.
Oh, is that a title?
Yeah. Oh wait,
I
no,
thought
that
it
was
was
before
before
Crisis.
Crisis.
Right, yeah. Okay, never mind. I didn't.
Yeah, so they could do
yeah.
after Crisis. I don't know, but
It would be interesting.
like, then it could show more of Zack just like losing people. Like then he has to go through things that like Cloud went through in the original. It was like he wasn't able to save people
Huh.
because he's not able to save Angeal. He loses the Sephiroth that he kind of looked up to. He didn't really have anything with Genesis, but I mean Genesis dies. Oh, I guess yeah, he does die. Yeah, I don't know. He could end up losing Cloud. Like maybe in this version, Mako poisoning kills him, or like he takes Cloud on as a sidekick because like while he's talking in the car, he's like, "Oh, don't worry, like I'd never leave you. We'll be mercenaries together."
Yeah.
Like Cloud, because well, I mean, Cloud didn't really have training. He just pretended he was a soldier, and it worked out for him.
True.
But,
It just worked.
But like in this timeline, they could still be like, oh, he's not trained, or like he just barely kind of sort of trained by Zack. But so he's like, and he's not. He doesn't have the Buster Sword. He's not pretending to be a soldier, so he's not acting like he's super confident, and so he messes up, and then he ends up dying or something. I don't know.
It's so interesting to think about because, like, it's really hard to figure out. Like, okay, since Zack's alive, all this stuff is probably going to happen. He's probably most likely still going to end up dying, but how does it fit into where Cloud still is the same Cloud that he is? Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, how the events of Final Fantasy VII Remake, specifically, still end up happening.
Oh, again, that's where I think it's a different timeline, because Cloud still has his Buster Sword.
Yeah.
So I don't think Zack surviving is going to affect the remake timeline. I think we're just going to see a different turn of events from a third timeline.
Oh, maybe this will explain better how Cloud starts remembering everything, because he's going to remember, like, what actually happened with Zack now that Zack's alive. Because I think the way they played it out in this game was that the reason why Cloud doesn't remember anything properly is because Zack is dead. So then, now that Zack is alive, probably all the memories will start to slowly come back to him, and then like he'll actually be able to hear Zack's name when Aerith said it. Because when Aerith said it, the people playing the game and Cloud couldn't hear it, but it affected Cloud. But Aerith actually said it. So I think with that in mind, I think the memory of Zack and who Zack was, and Zack's name specifically, can actually be heard and remembered and thought about. So I think somewhere in part 2, it's gonna actually, like, Cloud's gonna actually start remembering what Zack did, who Zack was, and the reason why Cloud is who he is, and then Cloud actually starts to get his own personality, and then they go on to do whatever he's supposed to do. I think that's how they're gonna do it.
Could be.
So moving on to the next theory, Brian wants to know if the timeline changed, are they still gonna meet Vincent and Yuffie?
Okay, so yeah, that kind of leads on to part of the thing on theories. Is now moving on from that Zack timeline onto like remake time. Like, how are they gonna continue the game?
Yeah.
I honestly think they're gonna probably keep pretty similar to the original.
I mean, yeah, because like with the way part 1 did, was like they kept things very close to the original. It's just obviously, towards the end, you realize they're like, oh, not everything's gonna be like super close anymore. But I still feel like the people they're supposed to meet are still gonna like be meeting, and like they're gonna be joining the party. Because obviously Red 13 is still with them.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're they're still like fan favorite characters.
Oh,
like, they're not gonna
100%,
just
yeah.
all of a sudden just like not talk about Yuffie or never meet Yuffie.
Exactly, yeah.
Especially when they're talking about Utai. So
Yeah.
pretty sure. Which there was like a theory of like how are they gonna continue the game with like level and like materia because you have Firaga and everything. You have level 3 or tier 3 spells.
Yeah.
And you're level 50. My initial thought was like they'll just bump up the level cap and like all the enemies are like
level 50 plus.
like you're scaled with you, yeah, the 50 plus. So like if all you did was play until you were level 30, then like the enemies are like level 30. I don't know, but like the
Yeah.
level cap higher. But there was a theory that was like towards the beginning, like in your like tutorial
Yuffie's gonna like steal all your
mode,
materia.
like yeah, like you still cap everything and you're going through it, but then Yuffie steals your materia.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
And so you lose everything, and then like then you just have to get him back or something.
Yeah.
I'm pretty so like for sure Yuffie's gonna still come back. I think they'll make
Hold on. Bri, Leon is in Final Fantasy VIII, not in Final Fantasy VII. Leon Squall is a part of 8. He wasn't in the Final Fantasy VII movies. No, that didn't happen. He's
yeah,
part
no.
of 8.
I watched it last night. He was not in that movie.
No, yeah, that Squall.
Unless he was like in the back and they just put a random Easter egg in there, like
Right.
he wasn't there.
Yeah, no, he doesn't exist until 8. So yeah, you need to get that out of your head.
They're
Yeah.
both in Kingdom Hearts though, so you know.
I mean, sure. No, but yeah, I honestly believe that like they're still gonna end up with Vincent and
Yeah, I think
Yuffie.
Vincent will become like Vincent and Yuffie will become mandatory. Well, I mean, Yuffie does play like a role, right, in the original game, even though
I mean,
she's like an optional
Oh,
like
that's-
to
yeah,
like
she-
get
well,
her in your team.
Technically, both of them
Right.
were optional. You didn't have you could easily miss Vincent as well.
Well, yeah. So like
Going to
Yuffie, like
Nibelheim.
you still like meet her and whatnot, even if you don't get her in your
Yeah.
party.
There was like
Whereas
something
Vincent,
you had to do.
you have to actually go and like
Explore.
to where he is.
Yeah.
So I think they will force you into meeting Vincent.
I think so. Because like if they
there's
still go through like if they do go with the finding Sephiroth thing, like from like the middle of the game to like towards the ending, they're probably gonna end up at Nibelheim again, and it's probably gonna trigger a whole bunch of flashbacks. That's probably gonna
Oh, they're for sure going back to Nibelheim.
yeah, it's like guaranteed. That's probably gonna be how they implement like a lot of like memories for Zack and stuff like that, and then that's probably how they're gonna find out more about Genova, and then more about Sephiroth, and that's probably how they're gonna meet Vincent, and then Sephiroth's mother. But like that's more for the third game though, so I think they're gonna be visiting Nibelheim twice in this for this series. Because if they go to Nibelheim, get Vincent, and see Genova, the original Genova, I think that they would save meeting Sephiroth's mother for the last game, unless Part 2 ends up being the last game. Because it all
I'm pretty
depends
sure
on.
it has to be at least 3 games. Pretty sure.
Well, see, because like
For them
it all.
to fit everything.
Yeah, I was about to say because like it all depends on how much they want to pack into Part 2. That's for sure.
But I'm pretty sure they're gonna drag this out as far as they can.
Oh, I'm sure 100%. Because like bro, this sold so much. This made so much money. Like, there's no way they're not gonna like drag it out like they did
made a
Kingdom
lot,
Hearts.
even with like the Corona.
Yeah, 100%.
Like if the Corona wasn't there, they would have sold even more copies.
100%.
Because like there would be people who just walk into like GameStop or something.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, you don't have that right now, but like, so.
100%. I'm pretty sure once all this like lockdown stuff is over, people are gonna walk into the stores and buy their Final Fantasy VII game. well, maybe not the ones that pre-ordered because that kind of sucks, but like the people that have been wanting to play it that couldn't get it digitally, you know, there you go.
Well, I mean, I got my physical copy.
They sent it to you.
Yeah, I got it. I got it on the 10th. So when it came out, I got it,
Okay, makes sense.
which was really surprising. I thought I was gonna get it at the end of the day,
Yeah.
and then I think like they sent me a second copy for whatever reason.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
why? So I gave that to Neil.
Yeah. But yeah, so to answer your question, bro, I think that like they're still we both believe that they're still gonna implement Vincent and Yuffie. Like they have to because like they're once again like he said they're still fan favorite characters. People love Vincent. People enjoy Yuffie.
Plus, like with Vincent, there's
Oh, bro.
a lot of answers that come with.
Yeah, like literally, Vincent is such a crucial character because without Vincent, some of the stuff with Sephiroth wouldn't have happened. So like he's very crucial to the story. So like they have to have Vincent in order to explain more about Sephiroth and like Sephiroth's
Yeah, and
mother
they-
and stuff like that.
And like we were talking about Zach, how they're kind of giving us like a remake of Crisis. They could give us a remake of Crisis Core / give us a sequel. They could redo Dirge Cerberus.
They could. They could do it
like
as a
little
separate
parts.
game.
They could kind of in a way remake it. Although Dirge Cerberus happens after Advent Children, they could
Yeah.
like remake some sort of thing with him. I guess.
Right. So like I guess to end it, since like it's getting pretty long now, to end it, would you say that this is a sequel to the original seven, or this is a sequel to Advent Children?
Um.
Because this is 100% a sequel. Either way.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say like, I mean, it's for sure a sequel. I don't know. Um, it's definitely after 7, but I don't know whether or not it's after Advent Children.
Yeah.
I think it might be just because of how, you see Cloud running around slicing through buildings.
Yeah, I was about to say, because like, so
You don't see that till Advent Children.
Yeah, that's true. Like, because I don't, with all that happened inside the fight with Sephiroth, like, especially with the teleporting around and everything, I'm like, okay, Cloud is a lot stronger.
Yeah,
than
like it's
he
like where
is
did this
throughout the
power
game.
boost come from?
Yeah, like he's teleporting around. He's doing all these sick moves that you can't do. He's like cutting through buildings. His sword is going. He's like slicing through buildings completely with like blue energy. Like there's no way that like
yeah, so that's what also that feeds into my theory of the whole like things transcending time and space kind of thing. Like I think in that moment, like he has like all the abilities and like the strength that came from other timelines. Like he's at his peak in that fight.
well, because like
But also Sephiroth, because he like in the normal and even in Advent Children, he just gets sliced whenever Cloud goes into like Omni Slash.
yeah.
But like this Sephiroth, it's like, oh, I know, I've seen this move. And
Yeah,
he just
yeah, because
blocks
like
everything.
even while you were attacking, like during that Sephiroth fight, he blocks your attacks actively and then counters you. So it's just like, okay, wait a minute. Sephiroth knows exactly what Cloud is doing.
Yeah.
Like he knows. So that means like this Sephiroth must be after Advent Children, or like after whatever
also-
timeline.
Also, one thing. I mean, we could talk more about this another time, but
Yeah, just to, like,
one thing I
end it.
wanted to point out though is
The
like
final
that
notes.
Harbinger.
Yeah,
So you notice there's 3 of them.
yeah,
So originally, like people were saying, like, oh, that's Cloud, Tifa, and Barrett, like from the other timeline, like wanting to preserve it to the fighting. But if you look closer, you notice how. Well, so one has a sword, but it's not like a Buster sword; it's one-handed sword, and
Yeah.
it's on the left, which is the same as one of the those triplet carrot guys from Advent Children.
Oh,
So he holds his sword on with his left hand.
okay.
Then there's the guy with the gun. he has two guns. Like Barrett only has one gun, but the Harbinger has two guns.
Yeah.
Then there's the guy with the fists. Like Tifa uses both fists, but this guy, the Harbinger, only has one, and the Advent guy has one thing, one
my
gauntlet
God.
thing. So then now the new theory is like they're those three from Advent.
Oh my God! It's Kadaj and like his
Kadaj.
brothers. Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
You see Kadaj and like them return to the live stream.
Oh my God! That makes so much sense.
And then I didn't see it, but like someone was saying like how you can actually see those like Harbinger looking or the Whisper looking things in Advent Children.
Oh my God!
I didn't see it, like, but I'll have to watch it yet again.
And throughout the story, they kept talking about the reunion.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Wait, which story?
No, through the remake story.
Yeah. Well, isn't that a thing in the original where they talk about reunion at some point?
Well, true, but like, it's showing more of like the people that because every time one of the numbered people would show up, they would take the image of Sephiroth to Cloud.
Yeah.
That means they're all like related in some way, and Kadaj and his other two, they were part of that whole like system of that.
Oh, were they numbered?
I don't know. I don't know if they were numbered because, like, you know, they have like full on bodysuit things.
Yeah.
But like, they were connected to Sephiroth. They had Genova cells.
Well, yeah.
So, and all the people that we're talking about reunion, the numbered people, they all have Genova cells. And clearly, Cloud has Genova cells because of Hojo. That means Zack also would have Genova cells.
Well, yeah, he does because every soldier has it, but and then when Hojo was experimenting on the both of them, the experiment didn't really affect Zack because he was already exposed to it before.
But Cloud wasn't,
which is why it really screwed with Cloud.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that means that the three were the three from Advent Children.
Yeah.
But that means that like probably the events of Advent Children probably won't happen now that it's rewriting history. But I think that was like the nod to them, like, okay, they're trying to preserve the timeline so things can go the way they are, and you know, Mother wins or whatever, or like we all do the reunion. It's like the reunion hasn't happened yet, so that means the reunion still technically has to happen. Unless technically they stopped it, but like I think Sephiroth's probably gonna like still make it a way that it's gonna happen because he saw that. Because other than seeing Aerith like die, well, other than Cloud seeing Aerith die, Cloud saw the visions of the ones walking towards like wherever. So I don't know. It's crazy. We can talk about it all day, but like those are my closing thoughts. I think that with all that being said, I think this is after Advent Children. Like
same. Like
timeline wise, because it has to be, because Sephiroth is a lot stronger than he used to be.
Yeah.
It's like the way he blocked the attacks mid-fight and he didn't just get hit. It just shows that like he knows a lot more than he should.
Yeah. And what he says.
Exactly, with what he says, like they literally, it's plain and simple, and a lot of people will miss it. It's plain and simple that like Aerith and Sephiroth, they're not the originals. There's no way they can be, because they talk the way they talk. They know too much, and with Cloud's visions, I think it isn't the original Cloud either. And the only reason why I say that, and this is my final thing, and then I'll actually do my outro. This is the last thing I'll say. The only reason why I say this, I don't think this is the original Cloud either, is because of the visions he's having. If it was the original Cloud, he wouldn't have seen Aerith die twice. Because he saw it happen twice. And the only reason why he saw it a second time is because the Harbinger showed him. And also the Harbinger showed everyone with Red 13 where he used to be. which is Cosmo Canyon for those that don't know.
It shows the little like the ending of I guess 7
Yeah.
slash that was actually also the very beginning of Advent Children.
Exactly. So it's showing the different timelines and what's supposed to happen. But after you kill the Harbinger of Fate, all that is gone. So that means none of that actually happens and they're starting to rewrite history. But another reason why I say this isn't like the original Cloud is because obviously because of the way he's fighting as well, which we've already talked about. It's the way he is responding to Sephiroth's attacks. Just shows that like it's Advent Children him, but he has the memories of the original Cloud.
Like the Advent Children or the original Cloud is like influence.
Yeah. And I think it definitely does have to do with the fact that like they crossed over into where like, you know, they're fighting Sephiroth, so they crossed over into like a blending of timelines it seems. And now they're past that, so that means I feel like the blending of timelines is still within them in a way. But I think it only affected Cloud and Sephiroth. And of course Aerith, but like, you know, she was a part of that. So yeah, that's our theories and stuff like that. If you guys have any more questions or anything, post them on Twitter, and me and Ken probably will. Well, I can record through Streamlabs, so we'll probably record a video on it and talk about answering questions and stuff like that. The Twitter is at Soto Entertainment at Soto Entertain M1. So if you guys like have any questions or like any theories that we want to talk about, send them to me, and we'll see if we can make a video off of it, or like maybe we can stream it for like maybe an hour or so, post it on YouTube, answering questions and stuff like that, because there's a lot to be talked about. Like, we can go on and on. Like, plus, like, there's a lot of videos on like stuff already, but of course, it's always good to hear like different opinions. But yeah, we've talked a lot already. We've said a whole lot of theories, and there's a lot of questions yet still to be answered through the game itself. And personally, we just wait until the next game comes out, or until they release more stuff. But until then,
okay. Do you think it's going to be 5 years, or do you think they'll get the next game out a lot sooner?
I feel like it's going to be a lot sooner.
Me too. I mean, the 7 remake went through like development hell.
Yeah,
like they switched. They had originally had a different studio making it for them, and then they're like, no.
Right.
I personally think we'll get it in a year or two.
Yeah, if anything, the max probably would be 3 years, unless something happens. Like if something
and they're
happens,
already working on it, so
exactly, yeah. So if anything, it would be like 1 to 2 years, maybe 3 at the most. I don't feel like it would be like 5 years. That'd be way too long, unless like they go through like a whole change thing like they did with Kingdom Hearts 3.
Unless like them trying to figure out how to make it work with PS5 is like crazy. Which I heard developing for PS5 is actually pretty nice, so like I don't think that it's going to be difficult.
Yeah,
I heard it's also pretty similar to PS4.
Right. So if anything, they probably would take a long time either making part 3 or porting it to in a collection to the PS5. But I think all 3 are definitely going to be on the PS4, if there's going to be a third one. Which I feel like there will be, with the way things are. So yeah, that is it for us. I don't know if there will be more Final Fantasy VII Remake streams unless I just have the urge to play it on stream and do some grinding. But like, the rest of it's just grinding until the next game. I'm going to get to level 50, I'm going to get all the dresses, I'm going to get all the music. And I'm not going to be playing through hard mode unless I get a sudden burst of inspiration to do so. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching and being here and being part of the whole Final Fantasy VII Remake journey. It has been an incredible journey, and like I said before, everyone should play this game at least once. If you're hyped about this game after seeing the gameplay and like how the game flows and plays and everything, you should definitely play it for yourself. I don't care if you've already seen like the story and everything. You should just play it to experience it. Honestly, like it's an incredible game overall, and like it's something that should be played for yourself, regardless if you got spoiled or not. You should still play it to like see how things turn out, because like there's a lot of choices that I didn't make that I could have made and could have had different outcomes and like different cutscenes and everything. So like I'm gonna do a lot of replaying on off stream, maybe on stream, but yeah, this is definitely game of the year for me, hands down. If this doesn't get game of the year, hopefully Persona 5 Royal gets game of the year, because I heard that one's really good too. Like
I ordered that one.
yeah, because I heard Royal is really good. So yeah, those two would have to be like fighting for game of the year, 100%. There's no other game in my mind that would take game of the year. So anyway, YouTube channel, Soto Entertainment. That's where this final part for the remake is going to be uploaded. And it's not going to be chopped up into different bits. It's going to be one full thing. Later on today at 6 p.m. will be Destiny 2 with Neagle 9. That'll be until 8 p.m. On Wednesday, I'm probably not going to be streaming Final Fantasy 7 Remake. I said 14. 7 Remake, because I want to take a little bit of a break from it. So there will be only the D&D stream tomorrow. That'll be from 8 p.m. to midnight. And then Thursday, yeah, okay, so before I continue on with the schedule, unless I post it on Twitter, don't expect the Final Fantasy 7 Remake stream this week after today, because like I want to take a break from it and do other things. So stay tuned to Twitter if I decide to stream some more Final Fantasy 7 Remake. But as of right now, as of this recording, there won't be any more Final Fantasy 7 Remake streams until further notice. So Thursday will be an off day. I won't be doing anything on Thursday. Friday will be Halo multiplayer or Halo variety with Neagle 9 starting from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Then Saturday is me and Neagle 9, and hopefully Nikia Chop will be helping Neil get some more weapons, finishing up getting him the truth, and then maybe a couple more weapons. Probably I'll be perfected. And then on Monday, we'll be finishing Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary on PC. So stay tuned for that. And we'll be back here on Tuesday. If you haven't already, feel free to follow me here at twitch.tv/Oteno to show your support and love. And if you want to like go even further with the support, including financial support, feel free to give me a sub. It is not mandatory, but it is very much welcomed. It helps keep this channel afloat and helps me continue to give you guys the content we most certainly deserve. So yeah, that is it. To reiterate, YouTube, Soto Entertainment, Twitter at Soto Entertain, and 1. Love you guys very much. Thank you all for the fun. And I will see you wonderful people later on today at 6. Bye!